Did Taehyung just expose Jungkook's hidden agenda? The shocking words he blurted out on live broadcast is the golden reputation of BTS's Jungkook now dangling by a single, fragile thread? What exactly did Taehyung mean when he unleashed an unfiltered confession in front of millions of stunned viewers? A confession so raw and unexpected that it has ignited a wildfire of speculation across every corner of the internet. Could it be that the beloved friendship between these two global icons has been masking secrets no one dared to imagine? Tonight, we confront a question that may forever alter the way the world sees BTS. Did Taehyung just reveal that Jungkook has been hiding something all along, something too dangerous to remain in the shadows? As fans replay the viral clip again and again, their hearts pound with an almost feverish urgency. What was it about Taehyung's tone, at once steady and trembling, that hinted at a deeper betrayal? Was it the way he stared into the camera, unsmiling, almost daring Jungkook to respond? Or was it the single sentence that has become the most dissected phrase in K-pop history? You know what you did, and so does everyone else now. Those 11 words have become the spark that ignited a storm of accusations, theories, and heartbreak. And the more you look, the more impossible it becomes to deny the chilling possibility. Has Jungkook's carefully polished image been concealing a hidden agenda all along? For hours after the broadcast ended, the hashtags multiplied like a virus. Hashtag Jungkook exposed, hashtag Taehyung truth, hashtag hidden agenda revealed. Fans scrambled for any clue, any scrap of evidence, any moment that might reveal what really happened behind closed doors. Was this merely a private disagreement blown out of proportion, or a carefully timed act of retribution? And why did Taehyung choose this moment, on a live global stream, to drop the bombshell that left millions of ARMY gasping in disbelief? Eyewitnesses who were in the studio that night have described an atmosphere thick with unspoken tension. Some insist they saw Jungkook's eyes flicker with a rare expression, something between regret and defiance. Others claim he smirked as if he had been expecting this confrontation all along. But the only undeniable truth is this: Taehyung did not retract his statement. He did not apologize. He did not soften the blow. And in that single, electrifying instant, the facade cracked. What lies behind it is a mystery that fans are now desperate to solve. Is this the real reason Jungkook has been unusually silent on social media for weeks, offering only vague, rehearsed reassurances about creative differences and focusing on the future? Was he laying the groundwork to distance himself before Taehyung could go public? And if so, what exactly is he hoping to outrun? Even the most optimistic fans are beginning to ask the questions no one ever thought possible. Is BTS as united as they have always claimed? Has the brotherhood been compromised by ambition, jealousy, or something darker? In the hours since Taehyung's revelation, industry insiders have rushed to offer damage control, insisting that the statement was misinterpreted or taken out of context. But does that explanation truly hold up under scrutiny? If it was nothing, why did Taehyung's eyes brim with unshed tears as he spoke? Why did Jungkook refuse to address the issue, leaving fans to drown in a sea of unanswered questions? And why have so many former staff members begun to leak anonymous testimonies, cryptic hints suggesting that there is much more to this feud than anyone is willing to admit? Could this be the hidden scandal that insiders have whispered about for years? The secret that threatened to shatter the most successful boy band in modern history? Some speculate that financial disputes are to blame. Others point to creative clashes, and a more sinister theory suggests that Jungkook's relentless pursuit of solo stardom may have pushed his closest friend to the breaking point. Was Taehyung's statement a desperate plea for truth, or a calculated strike to reclaim his own narrative before it was too late? If you listen closely to the broadcast, you can hear the moment the crowd falls into stunned silence, the precise second when reality collided with the illusion of perfect harmony. And as the seconds ticked by, the weight of Taehyung's words settled like a stone in the pit of every fan's stomach. What did he mean when he said, "And so does everyone else now"? Who is everyone? Is this an acknowledgement that the other BTS members knew all along? Or a warning that more revelations are coming, and soon? In the hours that followed, Jungkook's team issued a short statement denying any wrongdoing, insisting that the allegations were unsubstantiated and deeply hurtful. But what they did not do is clarify what exactly Taehyung was referring to. That omission has only fueled the blaze. If there truly was nothing to hide, why not offer a clear explanation? Why not set the record straight instead of retreating behind sterile PR language? At this moment, every corner of the fandom is split between fierce loyalty and creeping doubt. Are you prepared for the possibility that the perfect brotherhood was never real? Or that Jungkook's ambition has driven a wedge no apology can repair? And if this is only the beginning, what other secrets will surface when the dam finally breaks? You may think you know everything about BTS, but ask yourself, what if this was only the first chapter of a much darker story? What if Taehyung's confession was not an isolated moment, but a sign that everything we believed is unraveling? The truth is, nobody can say for certain. And that is what makes this moment so terrifying, so captivating, so impossible to ignore. So where does this leave the future of BTS? Can the group recover from this seismic rupture, or has the damage already reached the point of no return? Millions of fans are bracing for answers that may never come, clinging to memories of happier days even as reality begins to eclipse the fantasy. Because whether you believe Taehyung's words or doubt his motives, one fact remains indisputable. Nothing will ever be the same again, in the days ahead. As every headline rehashes the clip and every pundit offers their theories, only one question truly matters. What did Jungkook do to inspire such a public reckoning from someone he once called family? And perhaps more importantly, how much longer can the truth be buried before it explodes in full view of the world? Stay tuned as we continue to unravel this mystery, piece by piece, word by word. Because the moment Taehyung opened his mouth, the world of K-pop changed forever, and no amount of denial will put this genie back in its bottle. In the aftermath of Taehyung's declaration, a peculiar hush has settled over the K-pop industry. It's as if every executive, every manager, every publicist is holding their breath, terrified that any careless word could trigger the collapse of a carefully curated empire. But can silence truly protect a legacy built on authenticity? Or does every moment of avoidance only strengthen the suspicion that there is something very real, very damning beneath the surface? As the hours pass, the footage of Taehyung's face, so steady, so heartbreakingly resolute, continues to loop across millions of screens. Analysts dissect every twitch of his jaw, every fleeting glimmer in his gaze, as if the truth might be hiding in a single frame. Was that pain or vindication? Did he look relieved to finally speak, or sickened by the words that left his lips? Even the experts cannot agree. But one sentiment unites them. Something profound just shifted, and there is no way to reverse it. It is impossible to ignore the way Jungkook's fans have responded, a turbulent blend of denial, fury, and dread. Many have flooded social media with messages of support, insisting that no accusation could ever tarnish his reputation in their eyes. But beneath the proclamations of unwavering loyalty, a different, more uncertain voice is beginning to emerge. What if we don't really know him at all? What if the image we've worshipped is nothing more than a carefully engineered mask? And if that mask has slipped, who is the man behind it? Is it possible that the seeds of this conflict were sown years ago, back when BTS first catapulted to superstardom? Some former staffers have started to whisper about a rivalry that was far more intense than the public ever suspected. A rivalry that reportedly fueled late-night arguments, closed-door negotiations, and an escalating contest for creative control. Could the tension we witnessed on that broadcast be the inevitable result of years of resentment finally boiling over? If so, what does that say about everything the group has ever claimed about unity and brotherhood? Consider this. Taehyung has always been known as the emotional center of BTS, the one member unafraid to speak from the heart, no matter the cost. So when he looked into the camera and uttered those 11 words, it did not feel like a publicity stunt. It felt like a confession that could no longer be contained. But why now? Why here, on a night meant to celebrate their accomplishments, did he choose to set the world on fire? Some insiders believe that Taehyung had grown exhausted by what they describe as a relentless campaign to protect Jungkook's image at all costs. One anonymous source, who claims to have worked closely with the group, shared a cryptic message shortly after the broadcast. He was tired of being told to keep quiet. This was the only way left to make people listen. If this is true, then perhaps his words were not a betrayal, but an act of defiance, a final, desperate attempt to break free from a narrative he no longer recognized. Meanwhile, Jungkook's silence has only magnified the sense that something is horribly wrong. Where is the heartfelt denial, the tearful explanation, the promise that this is all a misunderstanding? Instead, there is nothing but carefully worded statements from his representatives, statements that feel cold, distant, and profoundly inadequate. Is this the behavior of an innocent man blindsided by false allegations? Or is it the calculated strategy of someone who knows that the truth is too dangerous to confront head-on? As you scroll through the avalanche of fan theories, you'll find no shortage of speculation. Some claim that Taehyung was referencing financial misconduct, a secret fund, perhaps, or unreported profits siphoned from group ventures. Others insist that the issue is far more personal, pointing to rumors of fractured friendships, broken confidences, and whispered betrayals. But even the most outlandish theories share a common thread. They all agree that this was no accident. Taehyung meant exactly what he said, and Jungkook knows it. What happens to a global phenomenon when its foundation begins to crack? Does the entire edifice collapse in an instant, or does it decay slowly, piece by piece, while everyone pretends not to see the damage? These are the questions that keep millions awake tonight, replaying Taehyung's voice in their minds, searching for clues in every syllable. And no matter how many reassurances are offered, no matter how many denials are issued, that gnawing sense of doubt refuses to fade. If you look back over the past year, the signs were there, hiding in plain sight. The awkward silences during interviews, the sudden cancellations of appearances, the subtle but unmistakable shift in body language whenever Taehyung and Jungkook were forced to share a stage. At the time, fans made excuses, stress, exhaustion, conflicting schedules. But in the cold light of this revelation, those explanations feel like flimsy shields against an unbearable truth. Has Jungkook's pursuit of success come at the cost of his integrity? Did he cross lines that no apology can erase? And if he did, how long did everyone around him work to keep it hidden from the people who believed in him the most? It is a question that grows heavier with every hour of silence, every unanswered message, every fan who realizes they can no longer pretend not to wonder. Tonight, as millions of hearts break in unison, a painful realization is taking hold. Maybe the fairy tale was never real. Maybe it was always a story built on fragile alliances and unspoken compromises. And maybe, just maybe, the reason it feels so devastating is because deep down, we all suspected this day would come. So where do we go from here? Is there a path back to the innocence we once felt, back when BTS seemed unbreakable and every smile felt sincere? Or is this the point of no return? The moment when we must finally accept that even our heroes are capable of deception? As Taehyung's words echo through the endless corridors of the internet, the question refuses to die. What happens when the truth is uglier than the lie? And perhaps the most unsettling thought of all is this: what if this is only the beginning? What if the secrets Taehyung hinted at are just the first cracks in a dam that is about to burst? What if the next revelation will be even more explosive, even more impossible to deny? And when it comes, will any of us be ready to face it? Because whether you believe Taehyung's confession or cling to the hope that Jungkook is innocent, one fact is no longer in doubt: the illusion has been shattered. And once you have seen the truth, there is no way to unsee it. Stay with us as we continue this investigation, because the story is far from over. And the next chapter may reveal everything we thought we knew was a lie.